In this video we'll demonstrate how you can do client-side conditional masks in version 11. I'm demoing the functionality in the new Dialog component, but everything that I'm showing here applies equally to the grid component. So a mask is just characters that appear in the input field when you're typing to help you format the data correctly. So you can see here we have, say, part type and part code. And let's start out by defining a mask for the part code field. So I'll say there's client-side formatting and the type is a mask. And then let's go here and let's start out by defining a simple predefined mask. So we'll just choose, say, a social security number. So in this case it's not conditional. So you can see as soon as I put focus there, actually let me go back here and turn on show the mask characters when entering data. So as soon as I give focus to the field over there, you can see that the mask characters are shown, and if I try to type a letter into the field, say over there D, nothing happens. The mask will not accept that. So in this case basically all of the data that you type into the field has the same mask. But let's say that if the user chose part type alpha, you want one mask character, and if part type beta you want another mask. So in that case you would need a conditional mask. A more practical example might be, say you have a field called country, then you have another field called phone number, and the phone number's format in the United States is different than, say, the UK or France or Germany. So let's continue our definition over here. So we'll say that we want a conditional mask, and now we can specify the name of a JavaScript function that will be called when this field gets focus. So I'll define a function called setMask, and then I'll click the button to get the function prototype, and this tells me basically what gets passed into the mask function, the setMask function, and what it needs to do. So it needs to return a string that is the mask, and it shows you the syntax differences for the dialog and the grid. So let's just go ahead here and copy that to the clipboard, and then go to my JavaScript functions over here, and let me just delete what's there, paste that in, and you can see here that the example says that for a grid so let's basically could use code like this. So let's go here and copy this code to the top here, and then go here and start actually writing code. So we're going to say instead of country, we're going to go here and say part, and we're going to read the value in the part field, and then we're going to say that if the part equals, let's change this here from country to part, if the part field is equal to alpha. So the double equals is the JavaScript equality test operator, and remember that JavaScript is case sensitive. So now let me just pause and I'll fill in the rest of the function. So we filled in the rest of our function, and you can see now, so we're getting the value of the part field, and then we're saying that if the part field is equal to alpha, we're going to use that template. If it's beta, we're going to use that template, and otherwise we're going to use that template over here. So now let's go to working preview and click in the field, and so you can see we get that template. Now we switch to alpha and we get the template defined for alpha, and now we switch to beta and we get the template defined for beta. So you can see how the new conditional or dynamic mask feature in version 11 can allow you to make data entry more easy for your users by creating masks that are conditioned on previously entered data into other fields in the current grid row or the dialog. Thanks very much.